Welcome back to the AI Daily Brief Headlines Edition, all the daily AI news you need in around 5 minutes. We kick off today with an interesting partnership announcement. Meta has struck a new deal with Midjourney. On Friday, Meta's new Chief AI Officer, Alexander Wang, posted on X, "Today we're proud to announce a partnership with Midjourney to license their aesthetic technology to our future models and products, bringing beauty to billions. This technical collaboration between our research teams is part of our effort to team up with the best companies in the industry whose work and expertise complements our own. We are incredibly impressed by Midjourney. They've accomplished true feats of technical and aesthetic excellence, and we're thrilled to be working more closely with them. To ensure Meta is able to deliver the best possible products for people, it will require taking an all-of-the-above approach. This means world-class talent, ambitious compute roadmap, and working with the best players across the industry." Midjourney founder David Holes wrote, "Bringing sublime tools of creation and beauty to billions of people is squarely within our mission. Excited to partner with the titans of industry to make this happen." However, he also confirmed, quote, "We remain an independent community-backed research lab with no investors, working on a staggering array of ambitious projects focused on bringing about humane futures where we are all Midjourney. Join us." Now, this one is super interesting. Midjourney has always had a pretty fascinating place in the AI image generation pantheon in that it is just really aesthetically tasteful. I've said before that my first conversion experiences into the world of AI were largely with Midjourney. I would imagine dreamy scenes from history, like Ernest Hemingway in Paris in the 1920s. As their models have evolved, they've continued to get better and more tasteful and more interesting and more visually arresting, although they haven't evolved in some of the ways that other tools have, which have left them in a different use case column from me and many others. When you see an image like a cover image or a thumbnail on one of my videos, it's almost invariably created by ideogram. Sometimes it's from OpenAI, which you can usually tell from the weird yellow tint, but I would say that the vast majority of time it is in fact ideogram. Ideogram has the best fidelity to text, most closely follows my instructions, and ends up being really good for the day in, day out business sort of use cases. When I need to do something visually arresting though, something where the main determinant of success is beauty or just visual interestingness, then I'm turning to Midjourney. This has led people to wonder what Meta is going to do with the company. The Verge suggested that, in their words, Meta is going to stuff Midjourney AI images into your feed, which some think is terrible, but which others rightly point out that since Facebook is already inundated with AI images, leveling up the aesthetic quality with a Midjourney partnership might not hurt. The other question is whether the deal arises out of a failed acqui-hire attempt. It was already reported that Meta had attempted to buy out Gen Video startup Runway, so we know they've had their sights on various AI multimedia companies. The partnership, however, suggests that Meta isn't just looking for talent, but also trying to get their hand on the best tech to build visual AI products. Responses really run the gamut. Some saw this as a knock on Meta's skill. AI commenter Spore writes, "Midjourney is phenomenal and this is a great partnership for both parties. But man, another point in favor of being bearish on Meta." Gaming startup founder Asad Dar suggested instead, though, that the move was more about urgency, commenting, "Meta licensing Midjourney tech is smart. Creative AI is still undervalued, but it's going to define how we share, market, and communicate online." Tony Wong thought it was an example of the natural evolution of platforms. He wrote, "Meta plus Midjourney equals platforms now outsource taste itself. We've seen this playbook before. Spotify didn't just stream music, they algorithmic musical discovery. Netflix didn't just host shows, they became the curator of what stories get told. TikTok didn't just show videos, they rewired attention spans. Now Meta embeds AI taste into the infrastructure." Like all things with AI, this is basically a Rorschach test on how you feel about AI and the companies involved. So whether this is making AI slop look prettier, or an example of how Zuckerberg comes back swinging when his back is against the wall, is mostly going to be in the eye of the beholder. One other story about Meta, however, the company is upsizing their infrastructure through a $10 billion cloud deal with Google. Sources speaking with The Information say that the two tech giants have agreed to a 6-year deal that will see Meta spend more than $10 billion. Those sources said that the deal largely relates to Meta securing their AI inference needs. Now, this month has seen Meta shuffle around their data center plans as they figure out how to fund one of the most ambitious buildouts in the industry. The company has forecast around $70 billion in capex this year, and another big increase in 2026. Earlier this week, it was reported that Meta had closed a $29 billion private credit deal, marking an interesting shift from big tech firms self-financing their infrastructure build-out. And now we have Meta positioning themselves as a large renter of inference as well as a data center operator in their own right. Meta also has agreements in place with Amazon and Microsoft, but the Google deal is a significant jump in capacity. Now, ultimately, this makes sense. When Zuckerberg was out recruiting the superintelligence team, he made a big point that the best talent wants access to unconstrained compute. Ever since then, Meta's moves seem designed to set up near infinite resources for their big AI push. News from another major player in the foundation model game, xAI. The company has officially open-sourced Grok 2.5. The model, which is now 2 generations behind, has become available on Hugging Face. Elon Musk said that the previous generation model, Grok 3, will be available in around 6 months. The release gives us the first opportunity to examine Grok's architecture. The model has 268 billion parameters arranged in a mixture of experts design, with 8 total experts and 2 active at a time. It has a maximum of 131,000 tokens of context. Interestingly, AI engineer Tim Kellogg criticized the release, noting that the custom license has some anti-competitive terms. He queried, "Why did it take so long to open this up? There's nothing interesting here." Now, to the extent that there is something interesting for some, it's really just xAI setting the tone by deprecating their old models into the open source world. AI researcher Sebastian Roschke commented, "It's quite cool that the open source community gets the real full-size model that was used in production as opposed to the light or spin-off version." Separately, Elon Musk has announced plans to launch an AI software company called Macrohard. Aside from enjoying the pun relative to Microsoft, Musk commented, "In principle, given that software companies like Microsoft do not themselves manufacture any physical hardware, it should be possible to simulate them entirely with AI." We'll see whether anything comes of it, but the idea does echo OpenAI's concept of level 5 agents that are capable of doing all the work of an organization. Lastly today, a fundraising update from Anthropic. The company is nearing a deal to raise up to $10 billion in a jumbo-sized round. The last reporting on the rumored terms suggests Anthropic was looking to take in $5 billion at a $170 billion valuation. So in a matter of a few weeks, Anthropic has doubled their target and apparently had no trouble at all filling the round. Bloomberg reports that Iconic Capital is leading the round, with firms including TPG, Lightspeed Venture Partners, Spark Capital, and Menlo Ventures participating. The Qatar Investment Authority and the Government of Singapore Investment Corporation have also reportedly participated in talks as Anthropic opens their cap table to sovereign wealth funds for the first time. Now, if you're keeping track, this seems to be the round where Anthropic grows beyond the capacity of traditional venture capital. They'll come close to tripling the $61.5 billion valuation they achieved at their last round in March, and have also tripled the scale of fundraising for this particular round. At this rate, Anthropic will overtake OpenAI as the most valuable AI lab in a year. And Benedict, pointing out the public market appetite, said, "If Anthropic IPO'd, it would rip straight to $500 billion. Indeed, and by the way, I think that is an arbitrage that people are not taking enough advantage of, but that is a topic for another day. For now, that's going to do it for today's AI Daily Brief headlines. Next up, the main episode.